Hi, Gemini. Okay, so I'm excited to read for you guys. I know it's kind of soon, but I don't know. I've been feeling a lot of Gemini energy. I mean, it could be because I am a Gemini rising sign, but I don't know. I've really been feeling a lot of Gemini energy. So we are coming here to read for you guys and read for you all the Geminis out there. What's up, you guys? And yeah, hopefully we can see, you know, why I'm feeling you all's energy so heavily. Gemini. Okay, so we're going to start off with the past energy, of course. And again, if you guys have any questions that you just want answered, you know, quickly, I do have Instago now. It's really quick and easy to do so. You can actually still get a free question. There's still more slots available. Yeah, so make sure you're checking out Instago if you would like to, you know, get a question for me answered. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Excuse me. And my name on there is Love from a Leo, okay? All right, Gemini. Okay, so I'm actually really liking how this is starting off for you guys. All right, so we have the Sun card here just to start. And this card really just represents your inner child. You're just being happy about what's to come, and really just being optimistic and being okay with what you have. Just generally just think of how you feel when you're happy as a child. Like everything just seems good. Everything seems, you know, like everything just seems brighter when you're a child. And everything, the days seem longer, you know, things seem happier for most of us. So I feel like the sun finally came up for you guys after we did a few readings, or after your last reading, after all that stuff ended. I feel like things were starting to come, you know, back to sunny. And then we also have the High Priestess here. So yes, after the sun came up, you realize, okay, so this is what I needed to learn from all the darkness before the sun came up. And then we have Two of Pentacles here. So this is really putting your priorities in position and really choosing what you want to do now. So maybe now that the sun is up and all the storm is gone, you still have to, you know, choose. You still have a little ways to go, but the hardest part is over. But I do think that now that the crazy part is done, now you have to do a little bit of fixing, or at least prioritizing and organizing things back to how they needed to be anyways. Okay. For your current energy, Gemini, we have the Eight of Wands here in your current energy. So this can mean something is coming, some type of message is coming your way very soon. It's brewing now. This could be something that could be dangerous or good. You never know, so make sure you're prepared for anything to come your way. We also have the Two of Wands, sorry. Two of Wands here. So again, deciding if you want something if you want what you have already, or if you want to move on to something different. And then we also have the Seven of Swords here, Gemini. What is this for? What is this for? Okay, guys. So deception, sneakiness, maybe unsurety about someone around you right now. This could pertain to this though. So we do have a lot of fire energy here, and then it leads off into swords. So I'm not sure about that. Kind of like hot to cold real fast is like what I'm feeling from this in your current energy. So we're going to get into that as well, but let's go ahead and see what's coming for your future energy for Gemini. Future energy for Gemini. Oh. Future, okay. Nope. Future energy for Gemini. This piece of hair is pissing me off. Like, honestly. Like, what? Like, why even? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a Virgo moon, Leo Virgo cusp, so little things piss me off sometimes. If they're not the way they're supposed to be. Alright, Gemini, back to you. Cards, man, they just fly up, and then it's like a stack of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. All right, so in the future, yes, okay, I really like how this ended. In the future, we have the Devil card. So some of you might in a week or two might be getting around or feeling, you know how like as Geminis you have like that one side that's like, let's go have fun, like let's go do the crazy stuff, and you have the other one that's like, maybe let's just chill, like let's get our stuff done and then see how where the night leads us. But this side is always like, let's just go for it, like fuck it. um yeah, that's basically what this is saying. But I do think you're not gonna waste time thinking about it. I do think it's gonna be something that's like, like nah, it's cool, like we're good. And then it's gonna end in you feeling satisfied because I think you're gonna make the right decision. And I think it's gonna actually be a better choice. I think right here is just gonna be a moment of testing you. Like, so don't be surprised if maybe it might not even be you, but maybe someone comes up and is like, hey, you want to go do this, or you want to go, you know what I'm saying? And it's something you know you shouldn't be doing, or it's something that you were trying to stop doing or get away from. Yeah, that could be coming towards you, but it doesn't mean that you have to give in or feel like, oh my gosh, like I lost. Just be like, you have to be in charge of what your response is or what your actions are. You have to be willing to take accountability for the consequences via the universe, you know, once you make a decision. But since it's ending like this, I do think it's going to be fine. And also because this Nine of Swords is in reverse, I feel like you're not going to give it much thoughts. You're not going to have to give it much thought. I think it's going to be like, you know what, now I'm good type of thing, okay? And then this just came out, and this is the Temperance card in reverse. So I'm not sure what that was for. It just kind of flipped out. I didn't have a question in mind while I was doing it. So some of you need to know that your soul and what you're doing is not lining up with your higher purpose, okay? So if you heard me say that, I'm sure you know what I mean. Some things that you're doing, or there's something there that's not resonating with your soul that you're doing. And then we have the Death card in reverse, okay? So this is something bad is still here that needs to go. So I feel like you guys definitely know what I'm talking about. And since we have the Devil card here, it might be some of you guys may be stuck to something, or something is stuck to you that I feel like you know what it is, but I feel like it's something you don't like to say. Because I'm feeling kind of like nervous right now. And I feel like, I don't want to say it's addiction, but at the same time you can get addicted to anything. So it doesn't mean that, you know, you're an alcoholic, or even if you are, it's a sickness. Whatever it is that's holding you back, or whatever that addiction is, whether it's a substance or just a behavior trait or whatever it is, look into it. And I feel like you already know what it is. I feel like I feel like a family member, like a cousin, or maybe like an aunt or something, or a niece, and I want to tell you guys, like, we already know what's going on. You need to come on and fix it now, okay? But it's like you don't want to just flat out say what's going on with the family member like that. That's how I feel right now. It's not bad. And again, I am a Gemini rising sign, so I get it. Like, I know how it is to feel like, I don't know. Like, I get you guys, though. I understand. So we're just going to leave that alone. I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about. Alright. So let's go ahead and see what did you guys learn about? What is this High Priestess for? High Priestess. Why are you here? High Priestess. Hi, High Priestess. Why are you here? Gemini. And that piece of hair. It just comes. Like, it won't stay away. Oh, well. Alright, so for the High Priestess, I think you learned how to be assertive and use your passion and creativity to really get you what you want out of whatever it is that you're seeking. So that's a good card. I also think that you learned to be in touch with your fire side, you know, a little bit more. And so I think it was beneficial to you, at least, because even if it didn't end the way you wanted to, I think it still taught you things that are really helpful just for learning more about yourself, you know? Let's see what this Eight of Wands, okay. This Eight of Wands, what message is coming for you guys? Eight of Wands. I mean, the cards just keep falling out of my hand. Like, what's going on? Are you guys juggling a lot? Like, what are you guys going, like, have a lot of responsibilities in your hands right now and you feel like you can't keep up with them? Because I feel like I have too many cards right now. But it's the same number every single time. So I'm like, why am I feeling like this right now? I feel like you guys have a lot on your plate and you're not really sure, like, what to do with all of it. Or where to put all of it. 8 of Wands for Gemini. Okay, so for 8 of Wands, the message, or at least whatever came out for it, is what? Okay, so we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so basically, either you're not listening, or you're not learning, or you're not being around people who can actually teach you something. You're being around people who are like in the same mental boat. Like I always say, I've always been around people who are older than me, because just not without me really knowing, I've always wanted to learn more about things, and I've always liked learning. And when you're around people who are wiser than you, not just older but wiser, you tend to learn things, you know. You tend to learn, and that's just kind of so what my soul resonated with, is always being around older people, or at least older than me and wiser than me mentally. So I think right now you're not around people, or at least maybe in your relationship, the person you're outgrowing a person, or you're being around people who aren't, it's not that you're dumbing yourself down to be around them, but you're not being your fullest potential self, because people around you are not necessarily people who are good for you to grow. You know, they're good for you to have fun, but not for you to grow. We also have the 4 of Pentacles here. So this is someone who is really, really on top of their money and finances, but to the point where they start, nothing else matters. It's just about money. It's just about material abundance. It's just about being able to sit on all the money. This could be someone who's really greedy and stubborn with their money, meaning they never spend it. And it's really good to be frugal. Don't get me wrong. I love a sale, but you have to learn, in order to match the frequency of getting money in return, you have to be willing to let go of it. Because I kind of feel like whenever you hold on to it for a reason that isn't, like, you know, helpful, if you're just holding on to it just for the sake of, oh, like, we don't need to do this, we don't need to do that all the time, it's kind of like it teaches universe to be stingy with them giving you money. It's like, why would I just give money to someone who doesn't, you know, like, it's kind of like when you give something to someone but they never give you anything ever. It's like, well, why would I keep buying you gifts if you never give me anything? It's like, maybe we should just let you, like, keep the money you have, and then you deal with the money you have, type of thing. So make sure you aren't being stingy, but make sure you're being smart about how you spend your money as well, okay? Now the 7 of Swords, we definitely got to see what that's about. Oh, and here it is. 7 of Swords. We have the Wheel card, so a change is coming, The change is going to involve something that is sneaky, or something that doesn't sit completely right with the total situation. And this is currently. So be on the lookout for a change. Well, first of all, be on the lookout for a message coming through. Maybe from someone older. Or if it is a bad message, it could be from someone that you're around, like telling you something that you need to know, but it isn't good. And if it's something that is good, it's probably going to come from an older person. And then for the 7 of Swords, with that deceitful energy, the Wheel card is coming. So this might be karma coming back in a bad way, because of all of the things that kind of went wrong. It doesn't mean that it's gonna, like, you're gonna die, or it doesn't mean anything like that, but you could have some karma that comes back to bite you in the ass. And maybe you did something sneaky and it's finally coming back to the light. And then to start off, we did have the Sun here, and the Sun finally came back up. So that means a lot of things are going to be shown in light now, okay? It's not nighttime anymore. You can't just, like, do sneaky things and get away with it because no one can see you. We have this, and then we also have the High Priestess and the King of Wands. Very powerful energy. So, yeah, and then this message coming through soon. Yeah, there's going to be some stuff being revealed. So then we also, let's see, with this Devil card, what is that in regards to Gemini? What did we need to hear from that? We have the Justice card, okay? So balance, being fair, maybe a Libra energy person, balance, like I said. This could be even dealing with legality stuff, like legal things. Yeah, so I feel like what this means is someone who's around you, they're gonna they're gonna be like the personified version of something that attracts you, like something that you desire. But this is gonna show, like, are you balanced now? Like, are you gonna choose the right side? Are you guilty or not guilty type of thing? And without much thinking, I think it's kind of like a split-second decision. You're gonna decide the right answer, and then you're gonna be okay. But the right answer is like kind of up to you guys. I can't tell you like what's the right answer going to be, because I'm not sure what the question is even going to be dealing with this. Okay, but I can tell you that there's a lot of strong energy here, so it would really be in your best interest to really pay attention to the little things and really pay attention to the signs and the messages coming through. Try not to be so wild. I feel like you guys got a little too wild in the Aries season, and now that Taurus season is coming back. Your stability and your foundation might be a little rocky because you weren't paying attention to that. You were paying attention to what you wanted without really making sure your priorities were together. And so when we're moving into this earth energy, how can you really have, you know, stability when you were so focused on fiery things for that time? You know, like there has to be a balance. That's just with everything. So yes, Taurus season is coming up. So for some of you, this change might just be financially, things are different. Maybe your home life is different. Maybe you can't get all the things that you want anymore. It's just things that you need. You're really gonna have to work on this foundation thing, okay? But like I said, it ends on a really high note and it starts on a really high note. So I think you're gonna be okay for most of you. The ones that didn't go too terribly crazy, I think you're gonna be fine. Okay, so the first card to come out in the Zodiac Oracle deck is Aquarius in reverse. Okay, so you guys don't want to handle it mentally. You don't want to just be you don't want to just know in your head it's going to be okay and then just wait for it to happen. I think a lot of you want physical evidence that everything is going to be okay. I think you guys are tired of having all this air energy just in your head and on the outside being a certain way. I think you're like, okay, like, can I have some proof? Like, I want to handle things while I'm able to look at what's in front of me, type of thing. And then we also have air in reverse. Okay, so again, you don't want air energy. I don't think you want to be evasive anymore. I think you really want to sit down, see what's in front of you, and deal with whatever is at hand. I think you're tired of running from things, or, you know, waiting for it to happen or appear or whatever it is. I think you're really ready to buckle down, or at least you're feeling that Taurus energy, you know? And you're like, okay, we gotta get this stuff together. Oh. And, you know, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so a lot of you it could have been just as simple as communication. Like, you weren't able to communicate well during this time, and you're so used to being able to do that as Geminis, and I think it kind of got you in this mood where you're just like, you just encounter so many different things in a short span of time, and now you're like, okay, no, we got to sort everything out now. Like, things are too crazy. We also have Scorpio. Okay, so this is saying you want to deal with it in a way that you want to, like what you truly desire. Like, that's how you want to deal with it. You want to deal with it not the way that everyone else is saying, not the way that is most conventional or the most known, not the most traditional thing. You want to do it the way you want to, and you want to do it in a way that is catchy to your soul, basically. You also want to be bold about it. You want to show how you feel. You want to be courageous. Like, you want to solve whatever the situation is on your own terms, with this boldness, with this fire energy, with but at the same time with water energy as well, but the darkness of water, the power and the force of water. Okay, so you really want fire and water. You don't want to be this air, like, in between, mutable type of thing. I think you really want and you want what was I gonna say? Yeah. Okay, but what you're expressing is you're being really serious, and you're being really you're taking a really long time to figure out what it is that you want, because that's kind of what Saturn does. It's a long process of figuring out and learning lessons and learning things. So really, you're on the right track. I'm not gonna say you're on the wrong track, but it looks like there's a lot of hiccups, and there's also a lot of, there's a lot that you have to deal with, but at the same time, you already know you have to deal with it. Now it's just a matter of how are you going to deal with it. Okay, we already know that you want to be bold and you want to dead something, or you want to get rid of it when you want to. We also got Earth in reverse, so this means the solution is not to just settle. I think you really need to make sure you're looking and doing it what you want, okay? But also having that Saturn energy and making sure having this Leo Scorpio energy, making sure you know what you want. This is basically what this means. Scorpio is the for water signs, this is the biggest, or I don't know how you would explain that. Leo is the dominant one in fire, and Scorpio is the dominant one in water. So it's kind of like you need the forces of both to be able to really ignite that I don't know, it's something with like igniting and balancing, emotionally being able to cleanse, but at the same time having that fierceness and that power and that courageous and that regality to really do this in a way that's dignified for yourself. And I think you're still internalizing all of this. Again, we also do have the Scorpio card here, so this could mean that there's a lot of Scorpio people here, and this also could mean that we have this could have something to do with the fact that at the end of this month we're having a full moon in Scorpio. So that could be a really pivotal time for you. It could also be the time where you're, trying to battle, should you do it or should you not? Or this could be the time where that karma comes around. We also have Capricorn here. So you also want to be an adult about it. You want to be mature about it. You want to make sure you're making the best decision. But since we have the Saturn here, you're expressing the Saturn rules Capricorn, okay? So you are expressing what you want to come out, but I think you need a little bit more wiser mentality. And like I said, you're around people who are not wiser than you right now. You need to be around people who can actually give you some more guidance and not just be there to hang out, So that could be even mean just hanging out around, grandparents or your aunt or somebody that can be insightful to you, or older people just in general, okay? Pisces. You also want to be fluid, and I think you want to do this around people that care about you. I think you want to be around people who feed your mind, who kind of give you a chance to be wild and have that other Gemini. Like, that's the beauty. Geminis are like the forever rebel teenagers of the zodiac. So kind of like Sagittarius, but Geminis are a little bit more clever, I would say. Okay, so don't get too caught up in that, but make sure you know what you want, okay? But don't get so twisted up in it that you do something so stupid that it ruins everything that you've been trying to work for, okay? All right, you guys, I believe that is the end of your reading. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and spending your time with me and allowing me to read for you guys. I really, really appreciate it. Again, I have Instant Go if you would like to do anything that way. I also leave all of my information down below in the description box for your convenience so that you're able to contact me for your spiritual needs. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, I am Love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, I hope I will be one day. And until your next video, Gemini, I will see you in the next one. Bye.